over double to me felt a lot extreme. Last week I released a video, or I made a video talking about our rent. So it's time to renew our lease, and our apartment complex just showed us what the month-to-month option would be, and we currently pay $2,300. This is for 1 month, like month to month. Went from $2,300 to $5,200, and they're charging us for parking now. We got an email from our apartment complex, and it was basically time to renew our rent or figure out what we wanted to do, this next year, like if we wanted to go to month, or if we wanted to do a full year, or if we just wanted to completely get out of it and move somewhere else. And we basically decided that we wanted to stay here, so our options were month to month or going like the full year. And since we plan on living here for the foreseeable future, obviously going for the full year lease was the most reasonable, and honestly it was the most reasonably priced. I think with the addition of the new amenities that they wanted to charge us for that we previously were already using, our rent went up like $75 or something like that, which is that's not terrible. The thing that was crazy, and the reason that I made the video, was the month-to-month option. When I first moved to Tennessee, in our first apartment, I remember our first apartment was $900 a month. Now this was like during 2020, where Savannah and I were technically unemployed, and the fact that we found a place that actually took unemployment was kind of a miracle, and the fact that it was like $900 a month was even better. Fast forward to today, we're paying over double that. Granted, we have a 2-bedroom. We're in like the city area, like in Nashville, so it's a more expensive area. And with all that being said, I understand like the things are going to be more expensive depending on where you live and what kind of amenities you have. Like our place here has a pool, it has a gym, it has like a massage room if you're into that, it has like a coffee bar, like it has all these things that the other apartment literally didn't have. Our other apartment pretty much had the apartment and the dumpster in the parking lot. And with our rent, I do think it is a little bit overpriced for it being where it's at, but considering what everything else is around it, it's not a bad deal. But the thing and the reason that I made a video was because there was one thing in that contract that just really bothered me. Now it didn't affect us much, fortunately, but just the fact that it was in the contract, it didn't sit with me well. I'm sitting here supposed to be editing a wedding video, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I really don't want to. It's not that I do like the premise of the video. It's just it's like an office theme wedding video, and because of that, it's taking much longer because it's different and new, and it's fun, but it's challenging, if I was being completely honest with you. And that's why I'm kind of procrastinating by talking to you, because, well, and based on the video that I showed you, you probably gathered that the apartment complex wanted to charge us over $5,000 a month for month to month. And when I posted that video on TikTok, it did well, and there were a lot of comments on the video. And basically the comments fell into two different categories. Those who were just completely outraged at the price, and then those that said, like, of course it's going to be a lot more because it's month to month. And that's where I think these people, I feel like they missed the whole purpose of me posting that video. Of course, I understand month to month is going to be a little bit more expensive, but considering our rent is pretty much $2,400 a month, and they wanted to charge $5,200 a month for month to month, that's well over double what it would be. And the purpose of me making that video was to just basically shed light on that and say, like, hey, this isn't okay. I understand it could be like, even if it was like $500 more a month, I understand there's more risk with month to month with the landlord and the renter just being able to leave, but making it over double to me felt a lot extreme. Really, like, if we had to do month to month, $5,000 a month, There are places in like San Francisco or Southern California that are like half the price of that. Actually, when Savannah and I were looking for a place in SoCal not too long ago, the place that we ultimately want to move, it's where I grew up in Southern California. We found places that were like $200 more than this. It didn't have like a fancy like coffee bar or massage, but it had like, it was a 2-bedroom, and it was in like, I mean, it was a mile from the beach, but just something to think about if you're thinking about moving to Tennessee or Southern California. I think for me, the thing that really just frustrated me the most about the price wasn't even the price itself. I mean, as crazy as that is, I think the thing that really frustrated me and drove me to make this video at least was the reactions to the month to month on like that. A lot of people were just like, oh, that's just the way it is. And in my head, it's like, when was over doubling the rent for something like okay? To me, that's just this crazy, and at least for me, that's just like, that's unacceptable. And for that to be the norm is like revealing like the bigger problem. Like, I realize everything's getting more expensive, like at least here in the United States, but to like double it, that's a little crazy. And it's not just like one thing. It's like there's a lot of things. Like we had to renew our Xbox online like membership, and both of our memberships went up 20%, meaning like they went from like $60 for the year to $75. And it's just crazy, at least to me. And that's not nearly as crazy as like doubling the rent like our apartment complex wanted to do. But yeah, I don't know. If I could be completely wrong, and if I am, please let me know. But at least to me, that just seems a little. Little update on the apartment. They have made improvements. They actually, as you can see, there's no big blue tarp anymore. They got rid of the blue tarp, and then they're adding more of the yellow vinyl. It's not the same. I'm assuming that was intentional, but I mean, I don't know.